Hello, 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 everybody, and welcome to Royer's World. I am just trying to throw this little link up real quick, and I will be 100% ready. I hope everybody has been having an amazing Thursday. We have made it through the week. I'm so glad to be um, in this Thursday. It's been a interesting week, everyone. A very interesting week. A very trying week, but we made it through. So happy Thursday. I'm so glad that you guys are here to join me. As you're coming in the room, let me know you're here. Hey, fresh strawberries. So good to see you this evening. How you doing? Listen, as you are coming in, I have dropped the link. So if you want to come in the building, please come on in with me. I will let those in who are here as soon as I get things started. But as people are coming in, I'll go ahead and do a few housekeepings real quick. This past Saturday, we had a day of love over at Naughty Love's channel. We had an awesome time. So if you missed that, please go over to Naughty Love's channel. That's Naughty Love Movement. And check out last Saturday's live. We had an awesome, awesome time. Such a great fellowship, excuse me, with all of the people that joined us. It was just great. We talked about the five love languages. We gave our personal perspectives. We just had an amazing time. So if you missed last Saturday, please make sure you come and join, go back to Naughty's channel and check it out. Also, this coming Saturday at 3 p.m., Diva and myself, we will be doing our last part 3 review of Prince Harry's Spare. When I tell y'all this book was so good, like this book is really good. I'm getting through chapter part 3, excuse me, right now. So we'll be finishing that off on Saturday. And so on Saturday, we're going to allow you to come into the room with us, join us in on the conversation, have some fun, and we're going to finish off this book strong. We've had a great time reading this book. So if you missed part 1, that was over on the Chronicles of the Gray Hair Divas channel. Go check that over there. And then part 2 was over here on Royer's World. So check that out. And then part 3, I think we're going to do it on Divas channel. So final announcements will be out tomorrow. Make sure you check us out with that. Last but not least, we are on a tour, okay? If you are a YouTube content creator and you want Diva and myself to come to your channel and spread some laughter, some love, and a little bit of, well, a lot of inspiration, let us know. Email me at royersworld@gmail.com and let me know. That way we can come over and spread all the laughter, love, and inspiration in the world, okay? So now that we have gotten all of that out the way, I said hello to Fresh Strawberry. Hello again. Hello, Just Simply. I'm so glad you're in the building with me. Hello, Nikki B. It's so good to have you. I'm going to go ahead and bring in my guest, Naughty Naughty Love. Hey, Naughty.
Hey everybody. Thank you for the shout out, King.
Of course. Listen, if you do not, or excuse me, if you have not subscribed to Naughty Love Movement's channel, go on over there, subscribe, 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 and you will enjoy. I promise. She got all the latest tea. We talk about not just tea, but we got some loving conversations going on. We got a lot of laughter going on, and she's got some businesses going. Naughty, if you want to shout out your businesses real quick, go ahead.
Oh yes, I am out here handing out my crowns to my kings and my queens. I have a head wrap line. We have turbans for men, and then we have Nigerian fabric, fabric from Ghana. We also have a silky collection, and for those of you who do not know how to wrap, we have buns. Naughty Love buns.
Yes. That is creative, Naughty. I love that.
We have them for all.
Okay, well, yes, y'all go check her out over at Naughty Love Movement over on her channel. And she actually sent me my crown coming this coming week, next week. So I'm super excited. I will definitely share that once I get it. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you for everybody who's coming in the building. Remember to hit that like button, subscribe to my channel if you have not subscribed, and let's get into it. We are here for a community discussion town hall. And so first up on the discussion docket, I want to start off. I'm upset, y'all. I'm upset. I'm irritated. I'm bothered. I'm trying to keep my peace with this situation. Um, this situation I'm speaking on specifically is Miss Shanquella Robinson and the passing of her. Um, this happened back last year in October. Shanquilla went to Cabo, Mexico. Not less than 24 hours of being there, she was pronounced deceased by Mexico authorities. Now, Shanquilla went down with 5 friends, 6 altogether. The 6 friends showed up the next day. That night, it seems like they had some drinks, they had dinner, they had some fun. We wake up the next morning. In my opinion, from the video footage that I've seen and what I've gathered, Shanquilla was woken up into a fight with Dejanay Jackson. And she was not, in my opinion, even aware enough to defend herself. So she could not fight back. We got friends in the background, so-called friends in the background recording, telling you, are you going to fight back, Shanquilla? You need to fight back, at least hit her. Nobody's doing anything. Everybody's just sitting back. So now here we go. The Shanquilla goes on, unfortunately, and loses her life. And so the friends let the mom know that Shanquilla's not doing well. Unfortunately, she did pass away from what they said, alcohol poisoning. But then as soon as we turn around and the death certificate is sent to the family here in the States from Mexican authorities, it says that she passed away, excuse me, from Atlas Lexation, and I'm sorry that I'm pronouncing that wrong, but basically she had a fractured spinal cord is what ultimately caused the official death. Um, and so the last thing we heard, it got out in the news. We were talking about it. We were reporting on it. We were doing, Black, all lives, or Shanquilla's life matters. We were, trying to push this story out into all the media outlets, trying to get everybody know that this has happened and something must be done. So then here we go. The FBI comes along and they shut us up. They say, "Be quiet. Let us do our jobs. We're going to take care of this." Now here we are, October, November, December, January, February. We are 4 months. At this point in time, we have heard nothing. Now, there was supposedly arrest warrant issued from Mexico, and they were working on the extradite to get the individual who remained nameless. We assumed that it was Dejanay Jackson, but the individual has still not been named of who this alleged arrest warrant has been sent out for. I don't understand what's going on. All of these people have now moved away. They've changed their phone numbers. No one has contact with these individuals. They're walking around doing what they want to do, living their everyday life as if they haven't went out here and off someone or one individual off someone and nobody else had anything to say about it. I have a problem. I have an issue. I want justice. Now, Nancy Grace on her YouTube channel has been talking about this. So I want to say a shout out and a thank you to Nancy Grace for keeping Shanquella Robinson's name alive, because we have to continue to shout her name until justice is served. I don't want not one, not two, not three, not four, not five, but all 6 of them need to be prosecuted. They knew what was going on. Nobody reported to the police what actually went down. Nobody stayed behind to watch over her after everything happened. Everybody packed their bags, came back home, and went back to their normal everyday lives as if this is what we do on a regular basis. I have an issue. I have a problem. I want justice. Something must be done. I will not stop saying Shanquella Robinson's name until justice is served for Shanquella Robinson, for her family, and for the citizens here in Charlotte, North Carolina. Nadi?
First, I want to give my apologies to the family because I have been slacking on my part of getting the word out and keeping it going. I've skipped a couple of weeks in our initiative, so I apologize from the bottom of my heart. It's not that it's not at the forefront of my world. It's always on my mind. It's upsetting that we do not have answers. It's upsetting that these sticks can walk around and still live their lives. with no pressure from the police. Like, I don't even feel like they're doing anything behind the scenes. I mean, even her own family, her own mom was like, I'm done with the FBI. But what has to happen for there can be forward motion? One thing I know, yes, there was a warrant issued in Mexico, but that warrant is not valid here in the United States.
Exactly, exactly. And
And
I go ahead, go ahead.
I'm sorry.
No, you good. Go ahead, go ahead.
And I think where the trouble is lying, Royer, to be quite honest, I believe I heard on, I think it was the Nancy Grace report, they had to establish that the crime was planned here in order to issue a warrant. And that's where I think
Yes.
the hangup is.
Nadi, I would have to agree 100%. That is not the first time that I've heard that. I heard that a little bit earlier, back when all of this in November kind of started coming out, you know. And
Mhm.
so I don't understand why our justice system here in North Carolina, and North Carolina, I'm talking to you now. What are we doing? Because this is not something that you just ride to Mexico in less than 24 hours and you plan and plot out. This was something that was planned. I don't think they had intentions of offing this young lady, but they had intentions of putting their hands on this young lady
And embarrassing her.
and embarrassing her.
That was the plan. They didn't plan on her being unalive. They had been plotting this because let me just take you back to the video, the scene when she's walking through the house and she's calling out her friends and saying they're crew, they're crew. I think that's a southern term or whatever. And she kept saying, "It's my friends for me. It's my friends for me." Okay. And as soon as she got through that door, you see the best friend running the opposite direction like he was a lookout. They were talking about plotting it then because the young lady that was beating on her was, as she's walking in, she said, "Yeah, I'm coming hot. I'm coming hot." And she said, "Oh, you coming in hot, huh?" And then she switched the subject, talking about her bathing suits weren't good enough. They're too cute.
Mm-hmm.
Pay attention, people. This was plotted and planned out prior. And I believe if they follow the money, they will get a lot of the answers they need.
Mm. Now that's that part right there, Nadi. If they follow the money, they will get a lot of answers that they need. You know what? Honestly, Nadi, I feel like they have the answers, but because of certain things, as we know, it's not a priority. There are
Mm-mm.
other things that they feel that are going on that's more prioritized than this, and I have an issue with it. But as I said, I will not stop saying her name. I will not stop talking about this. I will continue to post. When I miss a day, I will figure out another reason, or so, you know, we here to talk about it, and we're going to continue to talk about it.
And Bria, can I just make this example? Look at the Natalie Holloway case. How that blew up internationally. How that blew 20 years marked her passing. They had a whole oxygen special for her father, chasing rabbit holes, basically, in theories. 20 years later, we haven't heard a peep. Not even our black news outlets are covering it as much. So, I mean, how do we expect for the other media to continue if we're slacking? We're slacking. So, I mean, I just wanted to bring up that example because I followed the Holloway case and everything. Even John Benet Ramsey, decades of coverage,
Mm-hmm.
decades. Still haven't found who did it, but decades of coverage. She gets a 2020 special. She gets a Dateline special. She gets an Oxygen special. What about Shanquella?
What about Shanquella?
So just keep saying her name, guys. Say her name.
If you're watching this, please, I urge you, whenever you can on your social medias, post a picture. It don't take nothing but 2 seconds. You ain't gotta say nothing, you ain't gotta do nothing. Post a picture, say her name, hashtag justice for Shanquilla.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all, let's take a second and step back for a second. This easily could have been any one of us. easily could have been any one of us. And it is so unfortunate, and I hate that it was Shanquella. But unfortunately, it could, we cannot stop until justice is served on her behalf. We must continue to fight. We must continue to say her name. We must continue to press forward so that this does not happen again. I will not tolerate it. We will not sit back. We will continue to press forward. Nadi, anything else you want to say? Alrighty, Nadi had to step away, but we will continue to fight and press on and keep forward. Hey, Fifi, welcome to the chat. Thank you so much, everyone who is here in the building. Please remember, as you're coming in, hit that like button, comment, and let me know you're in the building. And we're going to continue to press on as we continue this community town hall. So if you're just joining in, we just wrapped up talking about Shanquella, how we are still requiring justice. We are not letting this go until we get justice for Shanquella. Okay, everyone? Listen, next up on the community town hall this afternoon, Nadia, did you have anything else to say about Shanquella before we move on?
Justice for Shanquella. Keep saying her name, guys. We got to keep the story alive because mainstream media, they don't care because she's this color.
Hashtag justice for Shanquella in the chat, y'all. Hashtag justice for Shanquella in the chat, please. Alrighty. So now we're going to move on, and in this next town hall meeting topic, we're going to be talking about Miss Tiphani with an I instead of a Y Montgomery. Now, Miss Tiphani is the 40-year-old alleged prophet who felt the need in the middle of her sermon to get up and talk about those of us who are Christians and who are going to Beyonce's concert and how we are wrong and how she rebukes us and we don't know the Lord and we don't love the Lord. And so a hot mess. And so I'm going to just play the clip for those of us who have not had an opportunity to see this video that has literally gone viral. I mean, literally, y'all, this video has gone viral. So I'm going to pull that up and we're going to listen up real quick and see what, I guess, so Pastor Tiphani with an I instead of a Y Montgomery had to say. So here we go with that.
Sir, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. How dare you call yourself a Christian? I don't care what pastor you got that is okay with it. I don't care what pastor you got. Why you think that man called himself Jehovah? It was short for Jehovah. When a witch has a coven, it's why you think that man called himself Jehovah?
Now, first of all, let me speak on this real quick. Jay does not call himself Jehovah. He calls himself Hove, first of all. Secondly, how can you rebuke people, the same people that you're trying to save and, get into heaven? How you going to rebuke these people for making a decision that they chose to make? Last I checked, who died and made you God? Who
died? Amen.
Now, let me get into Miss Tiphani with an I instead of a Y, Montgomery's little background real quick. So she's 40 years old. Now, some reports say she recently just got married. Some reports say she's still single. Now, she had her first kid at a very young age. I won't disclose that. She grew up in a very dysfunctional home, had a kid with a dysfunctional man. At that point in time, she was in school, working. She decided to drop out of school, start her own business, and became an entrepreneur. She wrote her first book in 2005, and later on started a business called Made $1 Million Business, helping other women gain wealth. Now, this sermon that she was preaching is entitled Altered at the Altar. So sis was trying to, I guess, tie in basically when you come to the altar, you need to alter the way you live, I guess, is her point she was trying to make. And so I guess she felt that those of us, because I have bought Beyonce tickets and I am going to be going to that Beyonce concert carrying Jesus and God in my heart and in my Holy Spirit. And if someone needs prayer, I will
Period.
definitely be in the spirit of praying. If someone needs healing, I will definitely be, speaking healing over their bodies and knowing that the Holy Spirit is going to use me to manifest whatever they're standing in need of. So I don't know what child of God she was talking about, but obviously it wasn't talking about me. I was totally offended by the rebuke. She wrote her first book back in 2005. She also went to Beyonce's concert in 2014. Now, when that came out, because they had some tweets about it. Now, when the tweets came out, she then went back and covered up and said that was before she got saved and really fell, into church and everything.
How convenient.
How convenient. Thank you, Nadi. Now, also, Miss Tiphani has a book called The Millionaire Mistress that was wrote in 2011. And then there is another book written by her in 2020, Still a Mistress. Now,
rebuke that
part. Now, she has a ministry called Covered by God with Tiphani Montgomery. Now, in this, I went to her little website page or whatever, y'all. Now, last I checked, it don't cost to go to church. Do you have to buy a ticket to go to church?
Absolutely not.
No, never.
Oh, okay. So we're buying tickets to go to this church. And this was specifically a prayer conference that they were doing. I think it was a 3-day prayer conference or something like that. But I didn't see that she has like a every Sunday church kind of thing. It seems like that she does church events, when she's trying to make money and she ties in the world or the spiritual world with the money world, and she's people
like Nadi said, how convenient.
Billions of dollars. So I'm gonna let y'all in and share your opinions. Shan, you go ahead and go first. What do you think about Tiphani with an I instead of a Y, Montgomery?
They just make anybody a pastor these days.
Make that.
Anybody can just go and preach a word and they'll get followers. She's rebuking Beyonce's cult, but what do you call her preaching to these people who's looking to her for like guidance? I thought it was unnecessary. I thought she did it for attention. I rebuke her because aren't you supposed to not judge Christians? See,
come on,
I haven't been to church in a while, but I know this much. The Bible says you're not supposed to judge. So you're a whole pastor, but you're judging other people for living their lives. That's what gets me. I think she just did it for attention. And how convenient she does like money in church events. She's just doing a money grab. I hope Beyonce's Beehive continue to drag her. Okay, I hope y'all have the best time at the concert. I know y'all will. And she deserves to get dragged. Like, who are you? Like you said, who made her God?
As you say all the time, Shan, they do anything for clout.
Anything.
Nadi, what's your thoughts? What's your opinion?
Another scamming pastor, okay? This is what they do. Soon as B drop an album, they start clout chasing. Because they jealous because her church doing better than theirs.
Come on now.
So they trying to clout chase off the name. You don't even know her personally. How you gonna rebuke something you don't know? And I'm just so tired of people passing judgment on this woman where they don't have no freaking clue about who she is, who her life is. It is her music is her art. And I find it quite offensive because I'm an artist. So I understand her artistry. But if it's not for you, don't listen. It's that part. You don't have to listen. You don't have to partake it. But her name gonna bring you attention. So people will pay for your tickets. Last time I checked, the only thing you had to pay when you go to church was tithes and offerings. Since when does religion have a ticket price? I think she's jealous and she's doing this for clout. People will do. Clout is a really, really bad drug nowadays, you guys. And people will do and say anything for it just so they can trend.
That part, Fresh Strawberry says.
But I just really wish they start stop. They need to leave her alone already.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm
I
getting
agree.
sick and tired of people who have a platform and they use it for disgusting things. Like, look at Royer, Diva, Nadi. Y'all are using your platform to spread the word of Shanquella, to share her story. This lady has an audience. She could have talked about something way more
A
cultivating,
real
something
audience.
way, like,
A
you know,
real
so,
audience.
right. You have a big audience. You could have said something more responsible. Like, I'm tired of these people having this fame and they don't know what the heck to do with it.
Mm-hmm,
She could
that
have
part.
done way more. Like, who are
But
you?
did we
Beyonce,
hear
as
of
far
her
as I'm
before?
concerned. Huh? I'm sorry.
Sorry, did we hear of her before this? See what I'm
Right.
saying? Like,
Right. Attention, HOE. Okay, that's how I'm
Let me
looking at
read
her.
this real quick, y'all. Fresh Strawberry says, my thing is, I've never been to a secular concert in my life. However, if your consensus doesn't condemn you, if your, excuse me, your conscience doesn't condemn you, neither do I. I'm too busy working on my own soul salvation with fear and trembling. And honey, that's exactly what I'm talking about because my spirit did not convict me. I mean, it just don't. I don't feel there is nothing in my eyes and in my opinion that Beyonce has done to offend my spirit or to offend the God in me. You know, it just hasn't happened. I feel like she has done nothing but uplift and spread love around the world, which is the one thing that God asks us to do most of
Right.
all. Now, here you are sitting in a pulpit supposedly of God and spreading hatred, rebuking people, just dismantling what God specifically tells us to do, which is to love one another in all things, in love. Excuse me, in all things, do it in love to the glory of God. So you thought that it was okay for you to rebuke someone? You thought because you had your feelings and your opinions about whatever that you can condemn someone? Last I checked, as I said in my video, there is no condemnation to those who are in Christ Jesus. And last I checked, I'm in Christ Jesus. And so are you. So you should not be
And
condemning
she don't have a heaven or hell
anybody.
to put
Nobody.
nobody in.
Nobody to condemn. We also not supposed to judge. But here you are standing in supposedly the pulpit that God so-called gave you, and you're judging those of us who chose to spend our hard-earned money to go be entertained. It ain't like Beyonce out here abusing people. It ain't like she out here having sexual relations with people. It ain't like she out here mistreating people. She is singing to our souls, giving us life, giving us love, laughter, and inspiration across the world. Get out of here, Tiphani, with an I instead of a Y. I'm sick of you.
Period. I feel like she
Period.
she is
Thank
the
you,
projecting.
reason
Nadi.
You know
why.
she
She,
projecting. She probably feel like, damn, I'm a pastor and I really want to go listen to this quote unquote secular music,
She
but I
listening
can't.
to it.
So let me condemn people because I want to condemn myself, but I can't. Like, girl, bye. Goodbye.
and she is a lot of the reason, Shan, that a lot of the young people are falling away from the church. Okay, they're
Yep.
tired of the double standards. They're tired of the judgment, and no one's there to hold them accountable.
That's
And
right.
see, people forget what worship is and faith is.
Come on,
Mhm.
Nadi.
You never you're crossing the line when you start to put that person or that pastor or that priest in front of God. God is a separate entity, and it's a major problem in this world right now that's going on with idolatry.
Mm.
And it's a
Worship
lot
of
of blurred
idolatry.
lines.
That's a real thing. That is a
It's a
real
real
thing.
thing.
The
And
Bible
I love
speaks on it
Beyonce, but I
specifically.
don't put so much into her where I'm like, oh my God, she did
Right.
this, and I have to know her every move. I respect her art. Bottom line, that's as far
Yeah,
as it goes for me. I wish I could afford to go to her concert, but unfortunately, it's a mortgage payment in my house because I have to take my two girls, okay?
that part.
Whatever. So I'll catch her on the HBO special.
Okay, come on now.
But that's what I got my 65-inch for, surround sound.
Because you know
Girl
Period.
they
speaks
can
to
put that
me.
Dubai. I guarantee you they're gonna put that Dubai on HBO special. Watch, and that Dubai was, oh my gosh. But this is the thing, y'all, and then I'm speaking from experience. I've been to Beyonce's concerts, and
Me
when you
too.
go to her, okay, Nadi, so you can roll with me with this. It is literally a life changing experience.
Oh wow! I gotta go get a ticket now.
You got to get.
I've never been to her concert before. I'm a Rihanna
that is
stan.
in
I'm
the
more
room,
Rihanna.
the energy, the vibes, the love, the positivity.
Oh,
Like
wow.
the only way that you're gonna get into some mess at a Beyonce concert is walking in with the intention to get in some mess. Literally, like.
And anytime we went in Baltimore. Our whole section was lit. We had a blast.
Lit. Like you just don't. It just the energy in the room is on
It's euphoric.
10,000. Like
it's euphoric.
It's you literally.
It's let me tell you, when she sang Sorry Not Sorry, that whole stadium was roaring. Okay, everybody was out there, seats, dancing and everything. And this woman puts in a lot of work into her shows. And that's why she is able to charge so much, because she puts that much perfection into her show. After the concert the next day, I actually met her stage manager at the pool at our hotel. It takes her 1 week to build her stage set.
Mm-hmm.
Leave the girl alone. Leave the girl. Y'all just jealous because she got a church named after her. Y'all just jealous. Y'all just jealous. Leave my girl alone. B don't be bothering nobody.
Haters. They are haters, literally. But Beyonce, you continue to shine. As y'all see, she didn't even give this a response. And that's why she is who she is. Because she leaves the drama, the mess, the foolery to the peasantry of it all. That's get out of here. Tiphani with an I instead of a Y. We're done with you. This is what I am thinking of you. Okay? Next up on our last community topic, town hall topic, we are going to talk about, and this one's just, I don't understand, y'all. The 30-year-old elementary teacher who has been arrested and accused of sexual abuse of the 13-year-old student who he calls girlfriend and she calls boyfriend. Now, David Augustine Hodge Jr. Is up for 4 counts of engaging in sexual acts with a child in the state of Florida. The investigation began last month after the parents of the child went to authorities, letting them know what they found in her diary. Allegedly, the mom found out through the child's diary that all of this was going on. Now, the child was 12 when all of this started. Back in October of last year, police said the student was meeting with the teacher after school. The teacher was a part of the chess club. He was one of the chess club sponsors. He's also a science teacher. And so the teacher, Mr. Hodge, told the student to tell her parents that on Friday she will be staying after school for tutoring. And so when she was supposed to be staying after school for tutoring, allegedly there were some other things that should have not been going down at all going down. Now, I believe Mr. Hodge has pleaded guilty. And so this has gone before a court. Now, from what I've seen in the video, the judge didn't seem really too pleased with the evidence that was brought forth. And so I was a little disturbed by that video. So if you want to check that out, go over on YouTube and look at the story. You'll definitely be able to find the video. But the parents are outraged. I would be outraged as well. The students of the parents in the class, they are outraged because they are trying to understand how could this gentleman, 30 years old, be working in the school system and be messing around with allegedly a 13-year-old student. Now, this student has also claimed and informed the police that this was her boyfriend and she was his girlfriend. And so this is a hot mess, y'all. This is a hot mess. At what stage of your life did you think that as a 30-year-old man, you were going to get away with, number one, and number two, thought it was even okay to dare do something like this? Do you know the trauma that you have left on this child's mind? Do you know the scars that is going to be imprinted on this child's spirit and heart? How dare you take advantage of this child in this manner as if you have no idea what you were doing? Sir, to the pits of hell, you deserve to go. I am disgusted. And the fact that this is happening in Florida, I'm not really, unfortunately, I'm not shocked about it, because this is the same state that's trying to get rid of our Black history learning lessons in the school system. And if we kind of look at our Black history learning lessons, we would know that back in the slavery time, that the R word was happened to all of our ancestors a lot of the times.
Mm-hmm.
And so now it has done nothing but transition into our future today. It is horrible.
Speak that. Speak
horrible.
That. That's where it all comes from. We didn't do this to each other when we was back in our motherland. This behavior was indoctrinated into us through slavery times.
Yes.
And it didn't only just happen to women, it happened to the children, it happened to the men. The men were treated like breeders, you guys. This is behavior that has been indoctrinated into our community to cause the divide. But I want to say about this particular story, what the R. Kelly is going on? Okay, what does a 30-year-old
You better say that now. You say it. Say it again.
What does a 30-year-old have in common with a 13-year-old? They had a full relationship. How? I think he should be castrated. Sorry, y'all. I'm just saying.
The worst of the worst
you
for him.
don't
You don't need to
traumatize
see
that
the
baby
daylight
for the rest of her life.
again.
And can we say Aaliyah? Same thing happened to her.
Shan, did you have anything you wanted to share?
Throw him under the jail. I have no patience for him. I said this last night. Like, you a 30-year-old, I don't care. Because somebody was on Diva's channel saying, like, people dress a certain way, blah, blah. I don't care what the child did. That's a child. You're 30 years old. Like, you need to know better. No excuses, nothing. Throw him under the jail. I don't care what he got going on. But you know what? The judge was irking me because I saw a snippet and it's like she didn't really know what was going on.
Yeah, like the way she was trying to seem like it was as if the prosecution that brought forth the case, that they really didn't have their stuff together.
They need to get it together because this is
all the way together, because this is an issue,
right?
That needs to be handled immediately. And then let me say this as well. I was reading an article that the Dade County, Miami, calm down,
Miami-Dade County, something like that. I don't really know Florida, but I think that's how you say it.
It's Miami-Dade County. Yes, it is, Shan. They released a statement saying that they were, I'm paraphrasing, they were distraught about what happened. They can't believe this was going on. They did an investigation, and upon their investigation, they're working on terminating his employment.
Working on?
But Auntie Robin did say on Diva's channel that, sometimes people have union and stuff. At first, I was like that too. I was like working on, but maybe he got a union, which is not an excuse. But, she did brought light to that situation.
Yeah, it's not an excuse.
Nothing's an excuse.
He needed to be let go immediately. As soon as the parents said something about it, he should have been sent home immediately. He did not need to teach another class, not another chess club, not another nothing. He needed to get out ASAP. This is horrible. True. It is deplorable. I cannot believe that the school system is allowing these type of individuals to come onto their staff and stay in their buildings. You know what? We got to get some principals. We got to get some hiring staffs that are good judges of character and that know how to read a person's personality before they even open their mouth. And it's very possible. It's very possible But something's got to change, because at this point the kids can't go to school to learn because they too busy worrying about whether or not one of the kids is gonna come in with a pow pow, if
Right.
somebody just randomly gonna walk in with a pow pow,
Not
if
even
somebody
a
gonna beat
teacher
them up
even.
to death, if one of the teachers is gonna do something. It's just so much to concern. The schoolhouse is not even safe anymore. The schoolhouse used to be a place that the kids know that they could go, be safe, be with their friends, get a good meal, get some downtime to before they have to go back. For those of them who had crazy lives and messed up lives, the school was their home, their safety, their safe haven. And the school has just become a terrorizing ground nowadays. It's just no place safe. It's no safe place anymore. No safe place.
None.
It's not, Royer. Especially with all these massive shootings going on. Okay, like at this point, I think virtual schooling is safer. I think homeschooling is the answer, because obviously, like our school systems, it's a predators camping ground. Okay. I have to tell you, I'm scared for my daughter on a regular basis when she goes to school. I am. And I mean, you mean to tell me the school is aware of what he did and they're allowing him to have access to more children? What's wrong with the system? But let me tell you something about Florida, because Florida, they got a whole county and it's all the PEDOs, a whole
Before
community.
you get into that, Naughty, as you're coming in the building, please remember to hit that like button, subscribe to my channel. Please subscribe to Naughty Love's channel, as she's sharing right now. And share your opinions in the chat. Let me know you're in the building. That way I can shout you out. Go ahead. Let me read this real quick. I'm sorry. Larry Marks says, I can guarantee he has other victims. This isn't his first time. How many other schools has he worked at before? This is a great point, a great question. I tried not to, as I dug deeper into this, I was just getting more and more pissed off. So I kind of just stopped where I gathered information and kind of came on in. So if anybody has any further information, please do share that in the chat. The Juice Radio and Talk Show. Hey, we have become more aware. Yes, we have. Yes, homeschooling is good, but unfortunately, most parents can't afford to stay home with their children, and that is the biggest fact of them all, unfortunately. But you know what? The Juice Radio Talk Show. A lot of these jobs could definitely let some of these employees go back home and work from home, because instead of having them in these buildings continuing to spread sickness, wasting time and money, we could be investing this money into people's paychecks instead of a building that we're in that we don't need to be in to do a job. But that's another day.
That part.
Naughty, you can go ahead with what you were finishing saying. I'm sorry.
Okay. No, that part. But in Florida, I know they have like a whole area. It's like a trailer park area, and it's all convicted peas. And they harbor them down there. They harbor them. Our kids, parents, you have to protect your kids. You have to know what they're doing at all times. There is no reason why a teacher really needs a one-on-one with a student unless it's like right after class, during school hours, in between those classes. But we also have to talk to our kids about what's appropriate for teachers to do and what's not.
That's right.
Because unfortunately, they're brought up in society, honor and respect adults and this and that or whatever, but not every adult deserves honor and respect.
Yes.
So to protect our children is to educate them, you guys. So we can't keep sweet. These issues are real life issues that they're going to have to encounter at some point in their life. And the best thing we can do is prepare our kids before they walk out that door.
Yeah. Nikki V said most parents cannot teach them, and that is big facts, because most of the parents have not learned themselves. And this generation is rough on all accounts. They really are. You are right. Talk to your child. Some really just don't know, and they don't. We got to open that door of communication. We got to get back to communicating with our family. You know, one thing that I really want to see start happening more again, sitting down at the end of the day at the dinner table. Let's having family conversations. We got to get back to communicating. We got to get back to knowing what's going on in everybody's day. How was your day? What did you learn? What did you do? What did you see? Who were you with? We got to get back to having those valuable conversations with our family members, not just with our children, but with children, not just with our children, but with our brothers and sisters, our aunts and uncles. We really have to get back in connection and really start building back those foundational relationships in order for us to build the community back up so that we can stop all of this foolishness that's going on in the world. We got to get our families back together. We got to start loving one another. We got to start reading our word more, in my opinion. I mean, the only way that we are going to get back to being better is for us to get back to the foundation of where we came from, our Heavenly Father, love, and understanding what His purpose is for our life. I am going to wrap it up at this point. We are 45 minutes in. I want to thank everybody who popped in today, who showed love, who came into the room. Thank you so much. Larry Marks says, and go through your kid's phone. We still going to tell you everything you need to know, okay? Everything. Go through them phones. You said it. When you see your child with a friend, ask questions. Ask questions. We got to ask questions. Thank you, Warriors World, for the live and everyone. You are so welcome, Aaron D. I'm so glad you decided to pop in. Yes, read the good book. Read it. Read it. Read it. That's the Bible. That's the book. Thank you, DJB. All righty. Yes, get that weekly phone check. Come on now for the weekly phone check. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Well, listen, Nadi, you have anything you want to say before we let go, everybody?
Protect your babies, you guys. Predators are on the loose and they're everywhere. And expose them. Don't hold their secrets. That just gives them the room to go and traumatize someone else's child. But we have to talk to our children, make sure they know the boundaries, that adults outside of their immediate family, what role they should play. I think that needs to be reinforced, because if that young lady was educated by her mom about what is the good and bad of what is the good thing teachers do and what things teachers can do bad, she may have made a different decision, and it probably wouldn't have went on that long. You know,
she would have spoke up, right?
Yeah, and to all them pastors out there who want to drag my girl Billy. We coming for you. You think I'm scared of the beehive? Right? Watch out for Naughty Love and Roy.
Okay, don't play with me, because listen, I will come for you. All right, Shan, anything you want to say before I let everybody go?
I just want to say, Nadi made an excellent point. You got to educate your kids, because apparently she thought they were in a relationship and whatever. And I'm not blaming the child at all, but you have to say what's appropriate and what's inappropriate, like Nadi was saying. And yeah, don't come from Beyonce, okay? I love Beyonce. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I know that's right. Listen, as Nani and Shan said, we got to talk to our kids. We got to teach our kids. We got to let them know what's right and what's wrong. Respecting an adult does not mean allowing the adult to do whatever they want to do to you. That is not respect. Respect is taught in a certain way that these children need to learn. And it ain't just letting somebody tell you what to do and how to do it whenever they want you to do it. That ain't it. No. Okay. Last but not least, before I let us go, I want to say this last thing. Hashtag justice for Shanquella. Put it in the chat. Hashtag justice for Shanquella. Post it on your social media. Hashtag justice for Shanquella. We want justice for Shanquella. We want it for her family, and we want it for our community. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. Please join us this Saturday again. Last part 3 of our book review of Spare. It's going to be so much fun. Thank you so much, Nadi, for joining me. Please go over there to Nadi Love's channel, Nadi Love Movement. Subscribe to her channel. Shan, thank you so much for coming up and always supporting. You know I love you, cousin.
Love you, cousin.
We're going to dip out of here, okay?
Yeah, cousin.
Wait, can I ask you? No.
You two cousins. You know we family too, Nadi. Don't be trying to play like you don't know.
I know you my brother, okay?
Brother, we see each other, okay?
Right, don't come for my Roy. Yeah, you want to have some problems.
What's up, Cher?
When are you gonna do this again? Because the Rihanna situation. Did you see what Rihanna posted? It was a whole thing.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I think you were going to talk about that, but next time.
Yeah, next time. Probably this weekend. My schedule's a little busy, but if I don't do a live, I'll definitely do a video. So y'all check that out. Listen, I got videos up this week. Y'all go check out my videos that I posted this week. Had a great time doing those videos. So make sure you go check them out, okay? I love you guys. I'll catch you next time in Royer's World. And
hit the like button and subscribe.
Thank you. And share. Bye.
Bye.